Mr. Chopra, welcome to Sudeep Audio's channel again.
Thank you so much. It's always been a pleasure because I find that your network with the sound engineers is one of mutual admiration, and it's going to help IRA. I'm 100% sure it's going to help IRA. So let's shoot, yeah.
100%, sir. And the 17th IRA already sounds exciting by everyone now, asking that event is going to be a red carpet, black tie event, and people are, I'm sure, getting the suits ready.
I hope so, because we want everybody to be formal. It's our own formality that will add grace and respect to the event. And right from the very outset, IRA has been a platform for self-redemption of Indian sound engineering community, and self-esteem has been a key word for me, for the IRA, for all the participating sound engineers, for all the nominees, for all the winners. And my keyword has been self-esteem all along, because it's only that will bring it global attention. And I think it should be a formal event, all the sound engineers winning the awards, and everyone should be well dressed, and so that it gives that much more strength to the platform. Yeah. Okay. Welcome.
How is IRA being inclusive, by considering all languages and different kinds of industries that we have across the country, film, non-film, etc.? How is IRA being inclusive?
It's a very big challenge, Aditya, and we all know it at a very subjective level. This whole thing about Bollywood being Indian cinema, or is it Hindi cinema? And our song of the year was won by a track which is not from Bollywood. It was the best recorded track, and it was the song of the year for IRA. Srivali was the track which we had the jury select as the best, most well arranged, well mastered, well mixed track, with the element of song and with the element of composition and everything. So the fact that it was not a Bollywood track that won the award is not really an indication that we are getting as many nominations from all the other languages. And it may be that, a lot of people, while commenting upon Indian cinema, they say it's divided into two. One is the Hindi cinema and one is the Tamil cinema. But I was told that the second most popular language on Spotify, on Wink, on the other streaming platforms is Telugu. So, India is too dynamic, and the Telugu cinema industry has overridden Bollywood and Tamil cinema. Now, there is great music coming in from the East. And I will go so far as to say that we have made some effort to see that the music from Meghalaya and the music from Nagaland and the music from, Bhojpuri cinema and other, where there's a high level of production of music. And it's not only for cinema, but otherwise, there must be at least about 600-700 labels in Punjab. So all over the country today, there could be 3,000 to 5,000 active labels releasing very high quality basic content, modern music, and also, as was the nature of the music industry, when in the 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s, exploiting the folk music. And, every Ganpati used to have 11 releases from the 11 major labels. And so we have all of that happening in the country. So the amount of music that is being produced in India is humongous. So it's very, very impossible for IRA. Coming to your question, I'm sorry to digress, but all these thoughts come. And for IRA to really represent all the music that is produced each year is a very long journey. And IRA is challenged financially to do that. IRA per se, by itself, is very inclusive. We accept nominations most humbly from any track that is submitted from any language, from any part of the country. Our jury listens to everything, and they will award what is right. We are going to do that, and it's a very costly process, of course. And IRA is not revenue center, but it's a cost center. But I think this factor which you brought up about being inclusive, I think something has to be done. Somewhere, somehow, IRA has to grow to that level, and it's going to be a difficult journey. And everyone has to make an effort in passing the message and getting nominations in.
So, as they say, Rome wasn't built in a day. So, I'm sure over a period of time, IRA will also reach this kind of vision that you have always seen for it.
I hope so. I hope so.
We all will work towards it.
Thank you, Aditya. I'll pass the baton on to you sooner than later. Okay.
So in the past, IRA used to have a different director every year. It used to have a different person heading the team or jury. Can you explain what that process was?
The philosophy behind it was, of course, the sentiment expressed by the sound engineers themselves. The sound engineering fraternity is a very peculiar fraternity. I must say that. I mean, they take a lot of pride in their work, and they know that it's a knowledge-based. Mixing a track is not the same thing as shooting the camera, because they believe that the cameraman has to just press the button. But mixing 54 tracks and then all the panning, and then there's so much engineering in the treble and the bass and all of that. And so they take a lot of self-pride in being sound engineers. So naturally, as all such things, whether you're a physicist or whether you're a nuclear scientist, the fraternity has a lot of ego. And it's part of being a sound engineer, because mixing is something like any form of art. Some other engineer might think differently. It came about that we should have a different sound director, award director each year, so that he can supervise the assessment, and the jury can make the selections more with the flow of the new director. And then the jury also, and then because sometimes new jury, new award director, some changes in the jury for obvious reasons, what I explained. So that gives it growth. Dynamic, it evolves properly. And it's like a bank manager. He's not allowed to be in the bank more than a couple of years, because then he gives the loans all to his friends, you know what I mean? Something of that sort. So we have to change every year. Yeah, we have to change.
Yeah. So what about the confidence that the fraternity has on the assessment process that has been built over the years, refined, having faith in the jury and, the process that you all have adopted?
Very good question. What happens when the assessment is completed and when the finalists come out of the assessment, we are faced with the result. And then we try and see how far it reflects the public reality, public consciousness. We go with the assessment. So each year is a trial by fire. We have to select so that the assessment credibility is not let down. So there is zero interference by anyone, which in brackets means me. There is only the jury which interferes between themselves. So we do hear about some heated argument between the jury but we don't interfere. Nobody interferes. There is nobody to interfere. So it's the award director and basically Smita Rai is there. She also doesn't interfere. And it's the award director and his jury. So what they come up with, However, the repercussion of the selection, whether it is not passing the popularity test or it's not passing the test of the consciousness in the air of that this is the track, we ignore all of that. Now that I hope continues, and I hope that the sound engineering fraternity accepts the award winners uh, in that spirit. But it's up to them. They have to judge the award winners between themselves and come to the opinion that okay, it's right and it's fair, and okay, I didn't get it fine because that track got it, and maybe then they have to accept that. But one thing, like now, for example, in sound production,
Hmm.
for the cinema, the soundtrack,
Yes.
the so many whatever awards are there,
Yeah.
and one person like Belon has won, I don't know, 5 or 6 of them.
Right.
What happens in such a situation? So, does it reflect on us? Does it reflect on the nominations? Does it reflect on the other engineers working? So, these questions do come up.
Correct.
As you said about the fact that how will you continue proving your assessment, and it's a challenge. It's something that we are going through here. Tough. Yeah.
So in IRA, what are the plans for IRA next year? Once that Genelec is supporting you all, there's a lot of new things that are being incorporated.
This year we are having a standalone black tie event at the Emperor Hall in NSCI in March before the Palm. But IRA remains a Palm feature. It's part of the Palm, and the reason to do that was to catch up. We are playing a catch-up game with regard to the year of nominations. For example, now the nominations in 2022 are the ones which are being awarded. So 2023 nominations will start in Jan, and the awards will be with the Palm again. It will be again at the Palm. Of course, it will continue to be a black tie event and a red carpet event. And now, for example, in this year, we have just 250 seats, not 251 and 250. So each seat is nameplate is fixed, place of sitting is fixed. Winners will have their chairs. Winners' families will have their chairs. Celebrities, the past jury, other people, important people from the music industry will have their place. We would like the labels to be represented. So it will be a very well-run award, I hope, and everybody is there is important and for a purpose and well-placed in the seating, in the hierarchy, and in the hall. So that format is very important. It's like when you see the other great international award, it's not some unruly situation in the hall. It's all fixed and placed, and so we need to get there. In respect to your question, again, there's some good news. We will include more music awards, like how we had the Song of the Year. We should expand on that, and we should hope that our selection would be the last word then, in terms of the music that is selected for award. And we will create some good awards in regard to music also. Yeah, slowly get there also. Yeah.
Is IRA going to commence some kind of membership, some kind of a community of itself, in order to run by itself and maintain these kind of events?
Right. Very good point, Aditya. IRA must run independently. I would rather use the word autonomously also. So it needs to have a secretariat, it needs to have membership, but we have failed in starting membership. And I'm quite constrained actually doing that financially and otherwise in respect to, the whole juggernaut that will take place if we open membership. There's a lot of people who have to become members, the entire community. So membership is a very important thing. We are going to start membership. I always say this every year and it doesn't happen. But it should start, and let's see, because we are charging 500 for the nomination this year. So we've started something in terms of taking money, but but in terms of giving a membership, now that's we have to have the back end ready. The back end is frightening, so we have to see what to do for the members, and it should not be mismanaged. So I'm just holding on to the membership thing till I'm sure that the back end is taken care of and the member gets respect after he pays his membership. He gets communication, he gets answers.
The very fact that you started IRA, it's run for 17 years, this is the 17th edition, is actually hats off to you and your vision. I mean, it's easy for people to say this should be done, that should be done. Here, at least, you and the IRA team, the Palm Expo team are working day and night towards spreading love and recognition to people behind the sound. And it is our duty as industry professionals or sound engineers to volunteer and not devalue or just write it off, because there's nobody else who's doing anything yet.
Right.
So it has to come back from the community also.
Right.
I mean, you can keep doing what you are, and it's wonderful. It's just that now we need to spread the word, like you rightly said, and not just generate awareness, but also get more and more people on board to, submit their nominations, involved in whatever way possible.
Yes, always. I must say that now the company that owns IRA is Hive India, which is a 100% subsidiary of Hive UK. They've supported IRA quite well, financially and in terms of respecting the platform for the Indian sound engineers. And that's what allows us to do whatever we are doing right now.
No, what you're doing is fantastic. So please don't have any kind of doubt in your mind or at all. It's a brilliant job that has happened so far. And this, I'm very sure that for the 250 seats that you have reserved, a lot of lobbying will happen. Everyone will now want to.
you know the industry like the back of your hand. Yes. So if I have any empty chairs, I'm going to call you.
Sure.
And ask
so
you.
What I'm saying is there won't be any empty chairs.
Yeah, definitely not, of course. Right.
Wonderful talking to you, and thank you for sharing IRA's story and vision.
Thank you, Aditya. Thank you. Thank you to tutoREals, and thank you.